welcome to the Just Zander podcast. I'm your host, Zander Gray, and this is episode 26. Episode 26. So, if you haven't heard, I started another podcast with a very good friend of mine called The Doer and the Thinker. He might pop up in future podcasts here just to say hello, but I just want to throw it out there. I guess I'm going to get everything squared away right now. And so I started another one. It's going to be more lighthearted, more funny. We can talk about real things. It's just it's going to be nice because I have somebody else to kind of have a conversation with and be able to, and then have him question me as well. So for this one, it's going to be good. This one's going to be more personal, my past, present, future, and everything else. And I keep saying this. I keep saying that I want to do different things or I'm trying different things. But again, that's life, right? You try different things until it works. And if it works, you hit your mark, you hit your goals, you plan on something else. So right for today, I'm still figuring this out, yeah? So for today, I want to talk about the song that I just released. And I think me as an artist, me as a podcaster, me as a regular person, there's different, for me, at least this is how I explained it. For me, there's a different level of a part of me that I'm giving out, okay? So, and this is what I'm trying to discuss and figure out. And there's three sides of it that I am currently working on. So it's me, Zander Braxis Gray. There's Zander Gray, the artist, Zander Gray, the visualist, and then Zander Gray, the podcaster. So how I'm going to do it is, we'll see if it's going to work. And I think it's going to work. So far, I have this concept in my head that I'm playing out. So for the podcaster, essentially what I'm really talking about is me, my life, and what I'm going through, growth. It's going to be honest, vulnerable, truthful, and it's going to be full of love. And it's going to talk about the songs I put out and the movies and the visuals that I'm going to put out, that I'm planning to put out. So that comes down to the visualist. So me as a visualist, I want to put out everything in story form, but visuals. Instead of me really talking to the camera and stuff, it's about storylines and short films and stuff that I want to explore, that I'm going to do. So that's exciting. So I'm excited. I have something planned out for either December or January. So stay tuned for that. And then me as an artist is a collection of me doing my self-expression through music, through creating music. So I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited to explore these, I guess, avenues of different, just being able to create stuff, podcasting, creating visuals, and then creating music. So I'm really excited to try all these, and the other podcast that I'm doing, and that's a different side of me, a more lighthearted, funny, not as serious as this podcast, what I've been doing. So anyway, so to come back to this episode. So I'm going to talk about the song Levitate. So I released the song Levitate not that long ago, and it's essentially about letting go. I think levitate is me playing on the word, is letting go, moving on to to become a higher being, if that makes any sense. Not like I'm a higher being. Like, I think of just letting go of judgment, letting go of what people think of me, letting go of expectations, letting go of hate and everything. So I'm going to read you the lyrics that I wrote for it. Could I be the one to say that I'm okay? Could I be the one to call himself amazing? I just want to be unequivocally me. I falter. I know I could be wrong. I make mistakes. This time it seems so long. I push myself. I drown myself in doubt. I'm over, it's over. Continue on. I believe in me, and this is the second verse. So the beginning of the verse slash chorus, it's about me. Yeah, it's about me screaming for not attention, but screaming for validation almost to myself. Because all my life, and even now, I have people. Maybe not anymore. It's been a while. I kind of push them aside, right? I've had people telling me I should do this, I should do that. You know what you should do is this. You know what you should do is that. And I just can't handle it anymore. Meaning I have to trust myself. I have to believe in myself and start doing the things that I need to do that makes me happy. That if I think it's a good move to make, then I want to make it, because it's been a while where, you start doing the things that you want to do creatively, especially creatively, that people question you, but not in a constructive way, but question you more like, why are you doing that? Nobody's going to like that. Why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. But if it makes sense to you, if it makes sense to you, then do it. If your gut is telling you no, I need to keep doing this, I need to express myself in this way, then you should. Because long before, where I just spend way too much time worrying about the outside world chipping away at me, it's not constructive at all. So I decided to start doing things and start figuring things out on my own. Obviously collaborating, obviously talking to other people is key, of course. But bottom line, what you decide in the end is on you. And also it comes with the responsibility of, if you fuck up, if you mess up, then you are accountable for it, and you should be. So let's say if I write a song, nobody likes it. If I write a song, nobody listens to it. If I write a song, whatever, podcast, create everything, and I get absolutely no either validation or whatever, then it's on me. Then maybe the song is not good enough. Maybe they don't relate to it. Maybe the marketing isn't good. So that's all on me. So you can have a team, you can have the right people around you, but bottom line, what you decide for what you do is you. And I firmly believe that, because then when it doesn't work the way you want it to, at least like, okay, I did it this way. It didn't make sense. I'm going to learn from the mistakes. I'm going to learn from what didn't work, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to move ahead. So anyway, so the second verse is, I believe in me and only me. I have to be selfish. No one will notice. I'm still going. It's never ending. I'm listening. Would you take the time to let yourself go? Would you take the time to let it all go? The moments here seem so clear. Your focus, stay focused. I'm focused, stay focused. So the resolution is that I need to believe in me wholeheartedly, with love and dependency, to give myself that edge. Man, again and again, I talk about this, and it's self-belief is so, so, so important, especially when you're going after the goals, going after your endeavors, going after what you need to do to make yourself fulfilled and happy. I think there's a difference between uncomfortability for growth and uncomfortability because you're just doing it, And obviously, we need to be able to differentiate which is which. And that's what I wrote that song about, is to live your life for yourself, and how you want to do it. It's on you. Yes, you're going to need help. A lot of the things that you're going to do in your life, you're not going to be able to do it yourself. You're not going to be able to do it alone, because your support system is key as well. But essentially, the accountability falls on you. The ownership, all that falls on you. And I think that's key. I think that's important, to be able to move forward. And, making mistakes is part of the deal, man. Making mistakes, stumbling, but being able to do that gets you a little bit closer to where you need to be. Man, being busy in my life, being busy and being able to create and do things that I love is I'm so grateful for that. To be able to trust myself to do all that, again, I have goals, I have that, but I don't know where the timeline is, right? I think it's about just keep on keeping on, and trudging along. Trudge is a word, and it's actually from The First Night. If you saw that movie, it's a great movie. Sad. Fun fact, every single time I watch that movie, spoiler alert, when he goes up to this house, it's called the poor side or whatever. He goes out to his father because he haven't met his father in a long, long time. His father's blind. And then that movie hits me, man. Like, the father was like, do you know if did he change his stars? And then he said he changed his stars. And I fucking broke down every single time I watched that movie. So it's a good movie. It's called is it called The First Night? Oh, A Knight's Tale. Oh my God. It's called A Knight's Tale. That's the name of the movie. Has Heath Ledger in it. Rest in peace. Amazing actor, amazing movie. Paul Bettany's in it too. He plays Jarvis. I'm just kidding. He plays Vision. No, I'm just kidding. He plays like announcer in the movie. Really good movie. Makes me cry every single time. Any movie, whatever, that has anything to do with a father figure, father whatever, bam, tears. Anyway, that's for a different episode. So that movie hit me because it's changing your stars, and it goes along with what I'm saying about myself and my life. It's how you're brought up, your upbringing, everything. I think, again, I'm no expert or whatever. If you see it on paper, depending on how your parents raise you, depending on people that surround you, depending on what you educate yourself with, there is a real pathway to where your life is going to be, and then the only way for you to change that pathway if you do it. So, for example, growing up, I wanted to be a race car driver and a pilot, whatever. But because of so it just really depends, right? Because of my upbringing, because I wore glasses, like, no, you're not going to be a pilot. But nowadays, even if you have terrible eyesight, you can get LASIK, you're good to go. But because back then, there was no, like, you can be whatever you want to be. It's more like, no, you're not going to be that. So they nip it in the butt quick. And you're a kid. Why, if you're a kid, why shouldn't it be possible? Why couldn't my parents or my mom go, of course, if that's what you want to be, I will support you, but you're going to have to work hard, and it's going to be on you, and you're going to do your best to get that goal, if that's what you want. And if that's not what you want, that's okay too. So that was a no-go. A race car driver, that's a no-go. So there's a lot of times in my life where I wanted to do something. Like, I played soccer. I was really, really good. But my father hated that I played sports because I'm very athletic and I love playing sports. But growing up, to him, playing sports is for dummies. Again, think about this. Soccer players are the most well-paid I mean, if you're good in Europe, especially, or whatever, if you're really good, they're the highest paid athletes in the world. Well, one of the highest paid athletes in the world. But again, you have to be really good. So again, back then, think about back then. Instead of, if that's what you want to do, yes, but you're going to have to work hard. You're going to invest in yourself. You're going to have to believe in yourself. I will support you any way I can. If this makes you happy, do it. But you're going to have to work hard. There's no excuses. And then if you don't want to do it anymore, then that's okay too. So think about that, you know? How many times in your life, when you were a kid, growing up, even now, how many times that you wanted to do something, you have either your parents, your family, your friends, whatever, telling you you can't do it. Instead of, I think that's a great idea. Again, there's a difference between false affirmations. There's a difference between false, like, oh, you can do it too. I mean, like, you have to really, like, if you believe in that person's ability, if you believe in what they're capable of, then I think it's okay to say yes. And if you don't, like, I don't know, man, but if that's what you want to do, go after it. And I will support you any way I can. Do your best. But if you complain, I'm going to give you shit. If you don't do it, I'm going to give you shit. So so somehow you're accountable for it. I think being accountable for wanting to do something is key. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, if people don't hold you accountable, then, oh, I don't have to do it, or I don't have to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, right? So back to that question, is like, how many times people tell you that you can't do something or you're not able to do something? Because I think it just really depends on you. It depends on if you're a go. So again, the podcast, a new podcast that I'm doing with my good friend Jonathan, a good friend of mine, best friend even. He's become family now, even though we haven't known each other that long, but we just had this very good relationship right off the bat, this kinship, this relationship. And I can say I love the guy. I love him and his wife, and we've gotten really close. So we started a podcast together called The Doer and the Thinker. And as you can tell, obviously, I'm the doer. And I'll give you a short synopsis of how it started, because I've been doing this podcast. And again, I don't expect people to listen to it. You know, I will share, I will talk about it, I will put content out, but I don't expect people to listen. I don't expect people to. It'd be nice. I want to grow, of course. I want to evolve. I want to take this somewhere. I want to be successful. Of course, that's normal. But I don't expect it. I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. And then if it happens, great. If it doesn't, at least I put everything that I could into whatever I'm doing. So for him, he's such a thinker. He's such an analyzer that he starting to know me, starting to know who I am. He's like, the fact that, and he's talking about me, the fact that you can say something and do it, even if you fail at it, but you did it anyway, is amazing to me. I was like, what do you mean? And he said, I want to do a lot of things, but I think about it, I analyze it, and then I come to the conclusion of, okay, maybe that's not a good idea. And I'm like, well, that's not me at all. For me, it's like, if I want to do something, I do it. If it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. But I have to at least try. But it's not just try. It's not just doing it. It's about putting everything I can into it. And then if on that pathway, on that journey, I realize that that's not what I want to do, I'm going to be self-aware and knowing like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. And that's okay. It's okay to, I don't want to say give up. It's okay to step away from what you thought would work for you. It's okay to step away from it. So for him, it's like, it was interesting. He's like, it's just kind of cool that if you want to do something, you do it. And I said, My God, I don't know if it's dust. It's just itching my nose. Cheers. It's just sparkling water. I bought like a new brand. It's not LaCroix. Something else pretty good. So I told him, well, I don't really have a choice. I don't have a choice in the matter. Meaning, if I want something done, if I want to do something, I have to do it. I have to give myself that chance to do it. Because if I don't do it, then I'm going to regret it. And I'm going to tell myself, like, why didn't I give myself a chance to try it? But I know it comes with failing, making a whole lot of mistakes. I know it comes with that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with failing. I'm okay with making mistakes. I'm okay with not being successful. But at least if I do it, I have a little bit of experience in it. And if I like it, then that's great. If I keep doing it, then that's great. It's like this podcast pretty much. I wanted to do a podcast. I gave myself a chance and I just did it. And if you go back to episode 1, 2, and 3, whatever, you can tell that I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting comfortable. I'm sitting in my studio talking to myself in front of a camera, in front of a mic. I'm having a conversation with myself. And this is therapy for me. And it's great. It feels awesome. And I love it. From 1 to 26, it's insane to me that I've done that many episodes. And I'm grateful for having that foundation of making music and having the foundation of listening to other podcasts and having the foundation of having to get to where I need to go currently right now into believing myself, taking accountability, taking ownership, and giving myself a chance to fail, to make mistakes, and to succeed. And, I live my life with learning, executing it, and then refining it. And then you repeat all over again. So I am grateful for being able to do that. So I want to ask you this, like, have you in your life felt like that you wanted to do something, wanted to try something out, but you just couldn't give yourself that chance to? You just couldn't. Again, I get it. You have responsibilities, you have kids, you have whatever, you have to pay bills. Yes, that's all very important. However, if you want to do something, you have to give yourself a chance to do it. Because life, as long as it is, because it is long, I don't want to start living my life after retirement. I want to start living my life now. I want to start living my life now and do the best that I can when I'm able to. I'm still young. I have full of energy. I'm eating as healthy as I can. I'm cleansing my soul. I'm taking time to heal for the past mistakes and past trauma that I have in my life. I'm doing all that. You're not able to do it after retirement. You can, but you don't want to live with regrets. Like, I should have started a bakery. I should have started a marketing company. I should have started a video production company. I just don't want to live my life with regrets. So I'm going to try now. I'm going to fail. I know I'm going to fail. I know I'm not going to be successful in a lot of things, but I'm going to be. I'm going to work hard to get it. I'm going to work hard in everything that I put into. And you should too. You owe it to yourself too. Yeah, man. So I think talking about that, the song Levitate, that's essentially what it is about, is living your life for yourself and how you want to do it, and just letting go. Get yourself to that higher purpose, get yourself to that higher being that you need to be for yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. You're going to. It's okay to fail. You're going to. But I'm telling you that step, the next step over, it's going to be glorious. You're going to feel so good. So ask yourself that. I repeat, ask yourself, have you ever felt like you want to do a certain thing, but because people are judging you, people are telling you what to do, but they don't know. The reason why they tell you is because they're not able to do it themselves. Do you know how many times, look, I'm an artist. I write music, I make music, I am a podcaster, I do podcast. I have two now currently, including this. I'm a visualist as well because I make videos. I'm going to start making short films. You know how many times people tell me that I can't do something. You know how many times people tell me that my song sucks or I'm not able to do that or like you're old and you're going to fail and all that. You know how many times that has happened to me? A lot. People tell me what I should do, but a lot of those people that tell me that are not doing anything for themselves. They're not living their life. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. And it's fine. You can come talk to me about that. We can have a conversation about that. But that's where I'm at. And I believe you're able to do all that. And you're going to be really surprised when you give yourself that chance. Anyway, that's it for the episode today. What am I grateful for? I already said it pretty much. I'm grateful for having that foundation that I have in my life to do what I need to do for myself, for my family, but mostly myself because I want to be happy and fulfilled. You can find me on Instagram at Just Zander Podcast and also on Twitter at Just Zander Pod. And then my personal page at Just Zander, that's where I put my music, whatever. It's going to be in the link. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'm going to put more stuff there. And I'm not going to switch it out. I think I'm going to keep all the podcast and the visuals and music all in that one YouTube. It's just easier that way. And I just separate myself from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pretty much with the podcast and my artist stuff. So please do check out my other podcast called The Doer and the Thinker. New episode is going to be on Thursday. You can find us at The Doer and the Thinker podcast on Instagram. And then the bio has everything on there. And same with YouTube. We're going to put some videos up as well. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time. I love you all. Love yourself too. Give yourself that chance. Peace.